Hey there, valiant warriors. Welcome to Commitment Chronicles, the ultimate bootcamp for men navigating the treacherous minefield of love. In this channel, we delve into the intricate tapestry of what makes a woman stay with one man rather than another for a lifetime. If this is of interest to you, hang in there and I will be your love coach. And together, we're on a mission to safeguard your hearts from the abyss of heartbreak and chaos. We upload a new video once a week. Before we proceed, please click on the like and subscribe button and on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. The reason we men have to constantly check her interest level is because we don't want to be with someone who does not love us. I hope if it's low, say goodbye. If we are dropping the ball and her interest level is falling, we have to figure out what we're doing incorrectly. In what category are we sleeping? Confidence, control, or challenge, and their subdivisions or some of each. In the first 60 days of a relationship, her trial period, counteroffers are a big deal. Afterwards, if things are rolling along fine, of course they are. Otherwise, she wouldn't still be around. You can relax a little bit on this one. Obi calls Simi and asks her out for Wednesday night. She says she's busy, but before he can slit his wrists, he hears, "But I can make it Thursday." Who? Close call. Obi accepts and everything is all right. Obi will date Simi only on weekdays until she asks him one of the following questions. Why don't you ever ask me out for weekend nights? Or are you living with someone? Or are you married? How come? Because only women with high interest level will ask. No ask, no weekend. Is this guy tough or what? A professional dater never asks, why don't you ask me out on weekends? Because she doesn't care. Her interest level is below 50%. Most men have no idea how much they are being used. They might ask for a weekend night as a counter offer, but never the above questions indicating high interest level. It's this subtle but massive difference that shows you who really cares about you. Je suis sérieux. This is just one example of the power of the framework. If you are a guy who makes serious money, you tell me how much time and money this nugget of truth will save you. Why does Simi like Obi? Obi was a challenge and practiced patience. He disciplined himself like a Marine, and he did not follow his emotions like he would have in the past. If Simi had countered with Friday or Saturday, Obi would have to have said, I'm busy organizing my sock drawers. Why? Because he must, in her mind, separate himself from the pack if she is going to keep him. She thought about him in the first place because he was the only one who hung back. This Simi is a looker, and Obi plans to be around as long as he can. By his answer on the telephone, he just told her indirectly that he might have up to 3 dates this weekend. In reality, he hasn't had a date in 2 months. Maybe Simi hasn't had a date in 2 months either. But is it her duty to tell him or vice versa? If she says, but how about Sunday? Take it, but no Fridays or Saturdays. Get the address and the time of pickup. There will be no callbacks to verify. It's okay to accept Sunday as a counter offer, but don't ask for one. If it's warm, do something outside, like the zoo, where you can take lots of pictures of her. Try to get her to flirt, using the camera as an icebreaker. If she likes you, the camera will allow her to be playful, which raises interest level. No one does this, so think about these guys. If you're broke, forget the film. Now I know you rich guys out there, don't worry about spending a lot of money. You want to show Miss Right that you have class. Don't do it. You can spend later. Which girl is better for you over the long haul? A prospective mate who wants big jewelry, or the one who wants you to budget your money for the down payment on your new home after you get married? Since you will own her heart after 9 dates, 60 days, you can go back to your $100 dating habits. Then, for the time being, take her to free concerts. Some would say Obi is lying to Simi when he says he is unavailable. But more importantly, Obi knows that no one ever says no to her. He knows she will go crazy if he is a challenge. So he figures he's only doing what makes her happy. Playing hard to get. The bottom line factor says that women love mystery in the early stages of a relationship. In fact, this weekend Obi is tossing out all his old clothes and paperwork. If I haven't used it in 3 years, throw it out. For 48 hours, he will get rid of stuff. So in fact, he will be busy. If he's not with her, he's busy somewhere, right? It's not Obi's fault that Caprice thinks more of him, because he is the first guy in her life, not to snap at a weekend counteroffer, the way a lion chows down on a zebra in Botswana. It's not Obi's fault Simi will wonder intermittently over the weekend about him, thus raising her interest level. Isn't this romantic? And here's the best part. Obi isn't even with her. If they were together, Obi could be losing points or gaining points, but he can never lose points when they are not together. He can only gain if her interest level is above 50%. It isn't Obi's fault that Simi respects him and thinks he has a backbone, because he politely said the N-word no to her. It's not Obi's fault Simi prefers guys who aren't hungry, even though he's definitely hungry for Simi. It's not Obi's fault she is thinking about how she will catch him, just as the cheetah plots against the wildebeest on the Serengeti. Simi is also dying to hunt you down, but you rush in and kill all her fun. You make it too easy for her. She's looking desperately for any man she cannot control or get her way with. She's dying to chase, but not one guy gives her the opportunity. She doesn't like her own power, but on the other hand, she thinks, I only want what I want. I guess there are no guys out there who will stand up to me. And I'm not talking about Macho Boy here. He begs like the wimp too, but just doesn't tell anybody. She is looking for the man, man who loves her. If you saw Simi, you would love her too, but can keep his mouth shut and wait for her to come to him. Now, do you understand why begging and seeking approval from women makes them gag? When a woman knows that you like her and you practice self-control by not rushing in, she is more attracted to you. Therefore, being a challenge makes you a magnet. You have to learn to wait for her to come forward. When you use a bow and arrow, don't you pull and push at the same time. The framework is like a bow and arrow. Women want to come on strong, and you guys never let them because you're in too much of a hurry. Patience and challenge delay immediate gratification, but pay generous dividends later. You have got to learn to wait. Plus, you should always have at least 3 phone numbers, so you Now, do you understand why begging and seeking approval from women makes them gag? When a woman knows that you like her and you practice self-control by not rushing in, she is more attracted to you. Therefore, being a challenge makes you a magnet. You have to learn to wait for Chaso Kitituan Sofa to come forward. When you use a bow and arrow, don't you pull and push at the same time. The framework is like a bow and arrow. Women want to come on strong, and you guys never let them. because you're in too much of a hurry. Patience and challenge. Delay immediate gratification, but pay generous dividends later. You have got to learn to wait. Plus, you should always have at least 3 phone numbers so you can rotate your lovely ladies as you learn. Become more aware and practice the framework. Now this next one is tricky, so please pay close attention. Let's say Simi had replied to Obi's offer. I'm busy Wednesday night, but let's make it another night. Silence. You notice she did not give Obi a specific day. It's a red flag, a bad omen. Most guys would name every day from Thursday right up to Armageddon. Now Simi is thinking, get a life, or what a loser, or the worst lonely guy. What happens to his image? If she had mentioned a specific weekday or Sunday, Obi would have taken it. But in this case, he says to Simi, Wednesday is my only free night, so let's talk later. Have a nice night. Goodbye. In this way, Obi displays self-control. Plus, he never said he would call her. Obi will call her next week. And if Simi goes through the same song and dance routine, he will play taps and flush that number. As the water in the bowl swirls, Obi will say, my dearest Simi, I feel so bad that you missed out on me. Next. Okay, I know you are crying, Doc. Why do I have to do all this? Because the framework weeds out the users and the phonies. You wouldn't want one of those, would you? These maneuvers I'm teaching you force her to show you all her cards ASAP in this poker game of love. It's awkward at first, but look at the money I'm saving you. Rent the movie Rounders and watch how the star reads body language. The key is to not look at this as work. It's supposed to be a fun safari. Don't get mad just because you finally realized women have been pulling the wool over your eyes all these years. Think of the poor guys who don't have this book, or worse, the ones who have it and don't change. Remember to be careful out there. It's a jungle. Okay, that's it for this week, warriors. Stick around, subscribe, like and share, and let's embark on this adventure together. Until next time, stay charming, stay committed, and most importantly, have fun.